Good morning on day 47. I just finished the river paddle portion of the Mountains to Sea Trail here on the Neuse River. And, fortunately I still have Nate traveling with me, so he's will be on his way to pick me up. He just had some projects this morning that he was involved in, so he'll be a little while. So to give myself something to do and also to keep warm, it's not that cold, I'm just quite wet. I am gonna start walking. So this is in segment 16. It's kind of in the middle of it, but it's the portion where I will begin the next part for me, which will be some walking today and tomorrow. And then I think I'm actually going to be hopping back on the bicycle for part of the next section as well. So I'd barely even looked at the map to see what was ahead. I was really just so focused on finishing the river portion of the trail. But I now know after a quick look that I have about 15 to 20 miles of walking that I'll do before I get to the end of section 16, which is Oyster Point Campground. I've got just a little bit of connecting walking to do through these neighborhoods, but pretty soon I'll connect with the actual Mountains to Sea Trail. And then once I get to Oyster Point Campground, which I plan to do that portion on foot through the rest of segment 16, all of section 17 is on roads. So that sounds like a bicycle trip to me. And then by then I will be at the ferry to head to the Outer Banks. Would you look at that? Cool, so I'm joining actual footpath now on the Neusiok trail. Not certain I'm saying that right. Sorry if I got it wrong. Yeah, so I'm excited to do some walking here. I'm back in a very spidery location, so this is my anti-spider to the face stick. I am just about to the trailhead where I am going to be meeting up with Nate, so I was able to get in some miles today on the trail, which is nice. Looks like I'll have about 12 to do tomorrow to get to Oyster Point Campground, and that'll wrap up section 16. This past few miles here has been a little bit of a buggy experience, a little mosquito-y. Not terrible, but a little. So if this is what they're like in the fall time, I personally would not want to be walking this trail in the height of summer. All right, let's go get my boat. Good morning on day 48. Gonna get started again here on the Neusiok trail after I sign this trail register. So I've got about 12 miles today from that trailhead to Oyster Point Campground, which is the end of segment 16. Hopefully it'll be kind of a quick 12. Definitely be the flattest thing I've walked on yet in the state, so that'll be kind of nice, I imagine. A little different at least. And I think I'll probably have to keep it quick because it seems like if I slow down or stop too much, there are mosquitoes and they find me. Almost took this one right to the face. Man, that is crazy looking. Yep, I was walking pretty with a lot of momentum there, and sorry, I don't know why it won't focus. It's very frustrating. But anyway, yeah, this is a nutso looking spider, and I nearly plowed right into it. I just picked off my third tick this morning, and I've probably only been walking maybe a mile. So mosquitoes, ticks, and spiders. Oh my. There's another one. Nice and fuzzy, this guy. Yeah, I almost hit that one too. So this is a dead spider. I just kind of saw its legs and got curious, and then poked at it with my stick and realized it's a dead spider getting eaten by ants. And it's a big, I don't know if you can tell how big this spider is, but there's the end of my trekking pole for a little bit of reference. Look how big this bird print is. This is my hand for reference. So this bird's foot is pretty much as big as my hand. There are dinosaurs here. Pretty nifty. You know, this is like the day of spiders. I'm just kind of amazed. Like, this spider, when its legs are spread out, is pretty big. But when it curls up into this little ball that it's in right here, it's amazing like how much smaller it can make itself look. Spiders are really kind of cool. Sweet. Well, I have just reached the Oyster Point campground, which is right on the banks of the Newport River here. So that looks calm and lovely. And yeah, that's probably gonna wrap up my my hiking for today. There comes my ride with that beautiful red boat on top. Good morning on day 49. Got the bike loaded up for the day and back on the road. So the plan for today is to ride all of section 17. It's about a 48-mile day. And that will take me all the way to the Cedar Island Ferry, which is where tomorrow I'll be catching a ride out to the Outer Banks. So definitely starting to feel things kind of coming to an end here. It's definitely exciting. Feels a little weird to be at this part in the journey. But I am excited to be back on the bike for today. It's, you know, it's been a little while. It's fun to mix it up. So yeah, gonna get to this 48-mile day through section 17. Crossing over the Intercoastal Waterway here, which is pretty exciting. It's pretty wet out today. It's not actually raining at all, which is great. And the clouds can be nice because that means I don't have so much sun on my face. But because of just how humid it is with these low clouds, yeah, like you can see, I'm just getting wet, just riding through the wet air. All the houses are built up on stilts and things like that. You can just tell how flat this area is and how bad flooding probably is sometimes. All right, get on the highway here and take that all the way to the ferry. Still quite misty out, so kind of have to use your imagination. I thought this bird was kind of cool. This is an egret, and it's snacking down a fish right now. You can just kind of see it in its beak. When I rode by, it was like laser focused, and so I knew. I was like, oh, it's about to get something. And yeah, it's flapping around in its beak right now. It's a little fish, but probably a nice morning snack. Making moves. Well, I'm about 20 miles from the Cedar Island Ferry, and today's actually been a super enjoyable ride. I was worried there'd be like a lot of traffic on this highway because it's kind of the major road, but these towns are pretty small, and unless you're going to like the ferry, yeah, there's just, you know, there's not just tons of like through traffic, you know, so no, I'm actually super enjoying my ride today. This is beautiful. So in case you couldn't hear me say it from the top of the bridge there, this is the Cedar Island National Wildlife Refuge, and I'll be pedaling through this for the next several miles. So basically uninterrupted, like wetland, natural habitat, and I'm sure there's so much cool wildlife. I may not get to see all of it, but like yeah, I'm sure it's in here. It's pretty neat. And the traffic gets less and less because, I mean, now it's either you're here for the refuge or the ferry, and that's it. So it is pretty awesome to have this entire like landscape kind of to myself. It's amazing. So often in landscapes like this, like I wish I could capture just like the bigness and the openness and how like small you can feel situated in that. Camera can't do it, right? Because it's something that you feel all around you. But I mean, I don't know. This is a really cool space. Just taking a quick little break here. I take lots of breaks on biking days because my bum goes numb. But that is one of the beautiful things of biking. Like you can just cover so many miles, and so I really enjoy taking lots of breaks. And man, I know I talked about this when I like first started biking on the Mountains to Sea Trail, but I really get kind of blissed out on that bike. There's just something about having all of the like exercise endorphins because you are pedaling, and then you've just got like open sky and road, and the wind is on your face and in your shirt, and you just feel like you're flying. You get a good playlist going that'll like even, oh, it's just so wonderful. And today, this happened to me a couple times, I had these like really beautiful big water birds like kind of start gliding beside me. They're like pacing me. They could go faster than me really easily, but they're just kind of gliding alongside me, so it's like I'm flying with the egrets. I mean, it's just been such a beautiful day. And so this will probably be the last day of biking that I do, so I'm so grateful that I decided to bike this section and that I was able to. I'm actually only a couple miles from the ferry at this point. This day's gone really quickly for me. And there's a campground right at the ferry, so that's my destination point for tonight. All right, I made it this far. Just a ferry ride away from the Outer Banks. Campground's back that way. I'll head over there in a minute, and I'm sure I'll find Nate. And yeah, let's just go take a quick peek at the water here. Very cool. Here we're looking out into the Pamlico Sound. So if I'd kept paddling along the Neuse River, I could have technically, in theory, arrived at this location by boat as well. So what an exciting spot to have reached so far in this journey. And tomorrow we'll be hopping on that boat right there, or one just like it, I imagine. Headed out to the Outer Banks. This one, he's like, I'm not leaving. You gonna stay? No, there you go.